In the 1950s, it was common practice to have your traditional family comprised of the mother and father, a couple of children. Father's primary role was the breadwinner. He would go out to the workforce and be the sole provider of all the income for the family. The mother's role was the domestic side of that. She would be responsible for the cooking, the shopping, the taking care of the children, and making sure dinner was on the table at 5 o'clock when he got home. With today's society, we live beyond our means financially, so the typical family is comprised of a husband and wife, a couple of children, and both of those parents are going to be out in the workforce. It's going to be a dual income family, and that's just the way, unfortunately, that America has gotten due to our overspending, obviously inflation, but also the cost of living has gone up. It's very hard for a family of 4 to survive on what the median income in America is. When your child is home with you, you have the ability to instill the proper morals, beliefs, values into that child. When they are in a daycare, you do not know what they're being taught. Obviously, when a child is home with their parents or with their mother, even their father, they're going to get the emotional bond that a child and a mother need to have to form a lasting relationship, and also so that child feels secure and safe, feeling of less vulnerability, knowing that they've got a safe ground, whereas when they're in a facility, the facilitators have to be a little bit less personable because of favoritism or, you know, just however it was. One negative of obviously having a one-income family is it's going to put an additional strain, unless the husband is making, you know, above median income. It's going to put a strain on a marriage, possibly. However, if a family is able to live amongst their means, it shouldn't be a problem. And I do highly suggest that mothers or fathers, if the mother is the one that's making the bulk of the income, stay home with their children before the age of 6. Once you get the children through their first 6 years, it's off to public school, and it should be, you know, you've done all that you can to instill your beliefs and your values into the child, and they should be a better child for it. Well, the traditional family dynamic, which consists of your mother and your father and your children, with the father being the sole provider, is less than 7% in the United States. Whereas it's about the dual income, the married with children with dual income is at 31%. And then there's obviously other statistics, you know, where it's just a married couple with no children or single, but the percentage is so low. I mean, compared to when, as an example, back in the 1950s, when it was kind of odd to have the wife go out and get a job, you know, but it was necessary, especially, you know, for telephone operators, because the men didn't want to do the job. But it's unfortunate that it's declined as much as it has, because we're seeing it in society now in the behaviors of our adolescents and in juvenile deviance going up. And it's because of the lack of morals being instilled into those children, because of the fact that they weren't raised by their parents. Their parents had to work, and they got 3 hours a day with them instead of the majority of the day. So